It's a brand new year, and with that it comes a brand new controversy involving influencers and brand deals. Because yes, right now in 2025, there is currently a major scandal going on involving the massive company Honey. Now, Honey is something that has basically been promoted to you probably in a YouTube video in the past. It is a company that has worked with a large amount of massive influencers out there. I think the first time I ever heard of Honey was way back in 2018 when they were working with Shane Dawson, and they've also worked with plenty of other influencers out there. And just in general, I honestly thought up until this point, Honey were genuinely a good company. Now, when it comes to brand deals and influencers in general, I feel like in the beginning stages of YouTube, brand deals were seen as this really bad thing, and if you take one, you're a desperate degenerate who only wants to make money. But nowadays, when it comes to things like Honey, I feel like a lot of people out there have been more receptive to influencer brand deals because I think the general audiences out there kind of understand that brand deals are these very helpful things that keep influencers afloat. You see, YouTube isn't exactly the most reliable thing when it comes to making money, and a lot of people out there do this as a full-time job. I myself have taken a lot of brand deals in the past, and 9 times out of 10, most companies I believe that I've promoted have been very good, other than I got involved in the established titles scandal. I took that down after learning a lot of information about established titles, and after that, I've been very coy with brand deals. Because to be honest with you, with this whole scandal, it exposes the really dark, kind of sinister rabbit hole that happens with these brand deals or with these companies that want to work with influencers. Because companies like Honey know that influencers, for the most part, are pretty desperate for a brand deal because, as I said, YouTube doesn't always pay the best, especially if you're making, I don't know, more political content, edgy content, something on those lines, maybe true crime content. So companies like Honey know that they can easily get into the influencer space, and with that comes controversy, not just with Honey, but plenty of other brands and companies out there. And then there is also the middleman between the brand and the influencer when it comes to influencer marketing companies. And trust me, my friends, there are so many shady companies out there that are taking advantage of influencers right this very minute, right at this very point of time. And with this, I want to speak about this YouTube video here, exposing the Honey influencer scam by MegaLag. Now, I should say, I haven't actually watched this video yet. I've read a few things about the whole Honey scandal, but I kind of wanted to go into this blind, react to this, and then I want to speak about a few other influencers who have recently worked with Honey, and they've come up with their videos to respond to, I guess, the criticism, but also to this massive expose. Because the thing is that makes this whole thing interesting is, I think a lot of people out there genuinely did believe that Honey were a good company, and I think a lot of people, when they promoted Honey, didn't have nefarious intentions where they wanted to swindle or scam their audience. I know that makes the whole thing very less dramatic, but personally, I think I'd like to believe a lot of influencers out there aren't trying to scam their audience. Some definitely are, you know. I think it is very wrong when somebody is promoting a company like Temu or even Shein, these companies that work with fast fashion, especially after what we've learned in the last few years. Maybe a couple years ago, if you tried to promote those companies, I'd understand it maybe slightly because, you know, I've been enticed by deals myself and you didn't know anything about the company, but then stuff comes out and then, you know, we all think, okay, best not to work with that company. And I think I'm on the wrong screen, and I think this with Honey is what's happening right now. But yeah, I want to react to this, so let's just get into it.
By now, you've probably heard about Honey. You know, the browser extension that saves you money.
Do you have Honey installed?
What's Honey?
Oh, no.
Honey.
Honey is a free browser extension.
I love that I was like, oh yeah, no influencers are definitely going to want to do anything bad, and then the first person that comes up is Mr. Beast, like the most controversial influencer of the last year. Like, regardless of what you think of the bloke, it doesn't bode well for me. And then is this guy called Marcus? I think I've got his video up here. Yeah. I don't know much about this guy, but I'm pretty sure he's also been involved in controversy recently. I'm not doing too well for myself. Sorry, let's continue.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
That automatically applies coupon codes when you...
PewDiePie in it too. It is a controversial influence. I'm taking it out right now.
check out online.
Free money, basically.
Okay, critical. He's not
Literally
controversial.
free money.
It doesn't make sense to not be using this.
So what's the catch?
There is no catch.
Join honey. Join honey. Join honey.
Honey.
And honestly, I can't lie to you when it comes to the whole thing of there being no catch with honey. I think a lot of us out there, particularly influencers, definitely thought that there can't really be a negative catch to this company. What they're providing little coupons that get our supporters, our subscribers, whatever you want to call them, our devoted fans. They get the money off the purchases that they're making. And to be honest, when I heard that from honey, I thought, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There can really be nothing wrong going on here. But as we know, there is something wrong going on here.
Honey.
Yeah, I hate to break.
And by the way, sorry, I am going to keep on breaking this down to give my perspective as an influencer. A lot of people, I understand the dramatic intro, and to be fair, I think it is a bit of a valid criticism when it comes to influencer promotions, and it's something that I have an issue with whenever I work with a brand. They'll always give you a brief, and there's bullet points to go off, but some companies out there will word for word want you to say the same thing that every other influencer out there has said. And I've not gone through with brand deals in the past where I'm I like your product, but you need to let me give my take and my honest opinion. I can't just regurgitate the opinions of some other influencer out there. And I think these companies need to really understand that. I think an honest promotion of where you're giving your real take and not just a bullet point from a brief, that would be much more valued by a general audience, and it's actually more likely going to generate more sales and more revenue for that company that the influencer is promoting. But it's kind of weird that these companies feel like they know more than the influencers themselves when it comes to interacting with audiences. And I've taken brands in the past where I've gone off bullet points and spun it into my own way and argued with them about I need to give my opinion. But sometimes companies just literally won't let you say anything other than what they want you to say. And to an extent, I get it because you are being paid by them, but it does look really weird when you kind of combine all these promotions together, which we now have with that compilation we just saw there.
It to you, but your favorite influencers sold you a lie. Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer, they've also been stealing money from influencers. And
this is what's fascinating about this. I've read about this and heard about this. The scam, this is kind of a different scam because it's kind of gone away from just, they're taking money from the good general public, but they're also now taking money from the influencers, and that's what truly matters. But no, it obviously is terrible.
Including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy? Well, I didn't believe it at first either, until I experienced it myself firsthand. In fact, I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time.
So here we've got a list of YouTubers that they've worked with. As I said, Shane Dawson, H3H3. I kind of think that Shane may have been the first major influencer that they worked with. I'm pretty sure I was in the video where I think it was the Jake Paul documentary that he promoted Honey in, and I was in that. So your boy is involved.
Which is insane, considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion.
Yeah, but Elon Musk is one of the founders of PayPal, so there was always going to be something bad coming out of that company.
This 3-part series is the result of a multi-year investigation where I believe I've uncovered signs of advertising fraud, affiliate fraud, the illegal collection of personal data, deception, lies, coercion, extortion, the list goes on. I've reviewed hundreds of documents, adverts,
It's crazy because, I mean the amount of influencers they've worked with, Bazinga. Honestly, I can't name half of them, but I think that's Willany. I think. I may be wrong. No, other than that, my brain when it comes to YouTube, honestly, the videos that I watch on this website is Pokemon video essays, video game related news, Sonic video game essays, just basically Sonic and Pokemon and maybe some Nintendo stuff. I'm literally the very definition of a soy boy, but let's continue.
Sponsorships. I've reviewed emails between Honey and...
So I was also going to say, if these allegations are also true, the thing is Honey haven't actually, at the time of recording this video, responded to any of this. this. And this video has 1.1 million likes to 5,000 dislikes. That's like the freshest possible ratio you could ever have. So with Honey not responding to this and how well this video is doing, it almost feels like an admission of guilt. I'm not saying they definitely have done these things, you know, legally I have to say that, but from my opinion, it's not looking good.
Merchants interviewed victims. Believe me, this runs deep. Now, I want to be clear. The views, allegations, and conclusions expressed in this series are my opinions, based on evidence I have gathered, which will be shared throughout.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
That said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the honey trap.
Oh, I like that. I like that little the honey trap. You know, and we're the bears trying to get the glorious honey and all the influencer money. I wish. I want brand deals. I would look. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like brand deals. If they're a good company, they're promoting a good product. Like I promoted Audible a while ago. That was like some of my favorite work because like I was like Audible. I genuinely use that all the time. I use Surfshark as well, especially when I was in America. I was using Surfshark because I know what you guys are like. I don't want my data. Not even cared about the data being stolen. It was more just trying to access things like Sky Go and Netflix in another country. But yeah, I value that a lot. I value the products I've promoted, and it's a shame that another product has just been proven to be, well, seemingly proven to be terrible. Support me at Patreon. By the way, if he plugs anything, we're watching that. I'm reacting to our YouTube video. I don't know if we'll go through the entire thing, but yeah, if you want to plug the guy's Patreon, if you want to support it, even go support it.
Now I know what you're thinking. It's a free browser extension. How bad could it be? Well, trust me, it's far more sinister than you might think. You know what they say, if a product's free, it's likely you're the product. And as you'll find out later in this investigation, that remains true for PayPal Honey. Now, like most people, I too fell for the lies. I mean, what's not to love about a free browser extension?
I mean, he's not wrong here, though. I had Honey installed until this whole thing came up. And do you know what the fascinating thing is I don't think I actually used Honey more than like 3 times. And even then, that would have been back in like 2020 when I was like speaking to the brand and having contacts with them and stuff like that. Like, I nowadays have no idea why it was even on my Google Chrome extensions, but they've just got that brand, haven't they, of, oh, we will get you discounts, we'll make things cheaper for you. So, oh, of course you're going to have them on there. It does seem almost too good to be true.
That saves you money. It's a compelling product, and with the endorsement from what feels like every single popular influencer on YouTube.
Oh, that's not a good sign. If Cody Coates promoted it, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll work together now.
It's no wonder millions of people downloaded it. Ironically, the very influencers promoting Honey seemingly had no idea the company was quietly picking money out of their very own pockets. Well, at least one of them realized, but we'll get to that later. So let me show you how Honey's been stealing money from influencers. So let's say you're watching a video on YouTube. If you're into tech like me, maybe you're watching a Linus Tech Tips video. Linus tells you about this free browser extension that saves you money.
Sorry, I'm trying to not pause there every single second. I understand. If you want to go watch this video and don't have me commentating on it, because I understand that I can be annoying with this, I get it, but it's the live channel. I'm going to be breaking it down. I can't just sit on here and re-upload the guy's video. I want to give my commentary because this genuinely interests me. So yeah, just be prepared. But what I was going to say is also a big fan of Linus.
Money online, you install it in 2 clicks, and boom, you have Honey. Perfect timing, because it just so happens you're looking to buy a new CPU for your computer. You come across another Linus Tech Tips video, and after watching...
Yeah, I do need another computer. I actually do. My computer is absolutely right now. So, sorry, my computer is absolutely in the mud right now. I genuinely would love the Honey to come clutch, but apparently not.
Convinced you should buy the one recommended in his video. So you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store. So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. Sweet. You click apply discounts and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes work.
Yes, this is something that happens like every single... It's why I basically stopped using it. Like, Honey was basically promoting itself like, oh, we will get you money. Like, obviously, they didn't word for word say this, but it felt like they were promoting themselves as, we will get you money off in every single deal possible. But like, I can't really remember a standout moment where Honey saved me more than $1, to be honest with you.
Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal. So you complete your purchase, you're happy, your new CPU's on the way, Linus is happy, he's getting his commission, everyone's happy, right? Well, let's...
I'm not happy. I've got a computer that barely works. I can barely play Marvel Rivals. This computer has a 3090 in it, which is not a bad graphics card in the modern day. You know, it's a bit outdated, I understand. I'm not that much of a tech bro, but it should be working fine, but the computer for some reason is just fried. And look, I have a computer science degree, but even I'm not willing to open that thing, because like, it might just be the dust. Sorry, Honey. If you want to pay back your sins, buy me a new computer. That will earn my goodwill.
And see what was happening behind the scenes. You see, after clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL there's a tracking tag labeled short circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels.
Okay.
And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. Okay. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. It's kind of like when you're at a department store buying a TV and the salesman who helped you gives you a referral card or a receipt with their name on it, so when you eventually get to the checkout counter, the clerk knows which salesman to award the sale to. You can think of affiliate cookies as a digital version of that. So what happened?
So far, doesn't sound that bad. I mean, whenever you hear tracking, I mean, it does sound scary, but so far, doesn't sound too bad, but I'm waiting for the explosion.
When we got to the checkout page. Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that? Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own.
Oh, that's not good. Obviously, I mentioned before that I knew they were supposedly taking money away, but I'm guessing, so he promotes it thinking that he's going to get a cut, and they just remove that after they use his link? Is that basically what's being said here?
Claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves. Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. And honestly, I mean, I saw Legal Eagle uploaded a video titled I'm Suing Honey, and I imagine it possibly is to do with that. We'll get into that in a bit. I'm not going to go through all these videos fully, but we will get into that.
Now, if we quickly go back again, we can see what's causing this to happen. After clicking apply discounts, what you'll notice is that in the top left corner of your browser, Honey discreetly opens a small new tab, which acts like a simulated referral click, as if they were the ones to refer you to the website, even though you're already on the website and at the checkout page. Once that page is finished loading and has stuffed PayPal's affiliate cookie, the tab automatically closes, leaving you blissfully unaware that anything ever...
That is so shady, and especially to be a company that's working with so many influencers. And this is what I mean. These companies know that they can do practically anything, and unless some major expose comes out like this one here, they can get away with it. Because at the end of the day, like, it sounds sad, but most influencers need money. Because who doesn't need money? And the thing is, it's like, I think a lot of people out there have the perception that every single influencer, even above 1 million subscribers, is massively rich and we can do everything that we want. And look, I have a good life, but I'm definitely not like a multi-millionaire who could afford something like this. Thankfully, I'm not the one who's being defrauded here or allegedly having money taken away from me when it should be going into my pocket. But I imagine there are a lot of influencers out there that genuinely could have done with this money. Because yeah, YouTube sometimes doesn't pay what it possibly should. Sometimes you get demonetized, and we rely on these brand deals. And also, we put faith into companies like Honey. We trust them thinking that they're not doing something shady. So the fact that another company is just spitting in the faces of not just the audience who use Honey, but also the influencers that promote it is just wild. Allegedly, of course.
sneaky. Now, when I first discovered this was happening, I thought, there's no way. Why would all these high-profile influencers be promoting a company that is actively poaching their affiliate commissions? It didn't make any sense. So to make sure I wasn't going crazy, I went on a honey testing spree, clicking one affiliate link after another, and it kept happening. But even after all those tests, I scoured the internet to see if anyone was talking about this and found nothing. Okay, there was this one debate about it on the
So it kind of feels that Honey have deliberately hidden this from influencers. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. It feels that they haven't told, I mean, because why would they tell them? It must be illegal though, right? Like, again, this is just all my opinion, but this seems like a crime to say that you're going to take, say they're taking, I don't know, like a 1% commission from using the affiliate link. There's no way you can get around not giving them that commission and then pocketing it for yourself. There's no way around that. Why would any influencer take that if they knew that? So I can only imagine Honey have been swindling everybody here.
Y Combinator forum, but nothing concrete. Besides that, virtually nobody was talking about this, adding fuel to my doubt. So I figured, screw it. I'll reach out to Honey and ask them directly. And sure enough, they came back to me with the following. If Honey is activated and is the last program used while shopping on a site, it is likely Honey will receive credit for the purchase. I was right, and just like that,
they straight out admitted it? They straight out admitted that? That is crazy. Because I guarantee you in these contracts, it does not say that. Again, that is just an opinion and not a fact.
My investigation into Honey began. Now, some might consider what PayPal's doing here dirty or highly unethical, but personally, I can't see how it's anything short of fraud. I mean,
yeah,
just
absolutely. I mean, if what he's saying here gets proven, like fully proven, right? After all of this, there's investigations done after his investigation, and we come to a full-on conclusion that what Honey has done here is fraud, they could be absolutely like in the mud. There's like a genuine possibility that Honey might not exist like next year, because if they've defrauded so many influencers, and we haven't even gotten into them, the things that they've done with just the people that use Honey, there could be some big lawsuits coming. I mean, Legal Eagle has literally said he is suing Honey. I mean, this is the start of a monumental saga, in my opinion.
Imagine something like this happening in a real-world scenario. Let's say you're at a department store looking to buy...
He loves those department stores, doesn't he? I mean, honestly, I genuinely don't... Does anyone go to department stores? Again, this isn't even a criticism. I'm just genuinely wondering, do you guys go to department stores to buy TVs? Because every time I've bought a TV in like the last 5 years... My voice cracked then. I promise you, I'm a man. Well, what am I saying here? I'm losing my track. I'm losing my track of thought. I'm saying I've not bought a TV other than on like Argos. And Americans watching this are going to be like, what is Argos? You don't need to know. This is a video about Honey.
A new
Let's move
TV.
On. Although Argos, if you want to sponsor me, you're more than welcome to.
Salesman spends time running you through your options. You decide to buy, he gives you his referral card, you get to the checkout, and right as you're about to pay, a sleazy salesman pops up going, "Hey, should I check if I have any coupon codes for you?" Naturally, you say sure. He snatches your referral card without you ever noticing, looks for coupons, says, "Sorry, no luck this time," but instead of handing back the original referral card, he hands back his own. PayPal didn't refer the customer to the store, they didn't promote any of the products, the salesman did that. PayPal provided absolutely zero value to the customer.
So it is almost outright stealing, because they're pretty much saying, hey, we're going to pay you X amount if you promote our company, and then we're going to give you an affiliate code where if you direct your audience to using our product, you will take a commission. And that commission that they've promised them is not going into their pocket, and they are taking it themselves, which... based on what they've said in terms of an affiliate code, you know how an affiliate code works. We all know how it works. You get a code, you take a fraction of the profit from that. It's just a thing that happens with so many companies out there. If Audible were offering me a deal where I take 1% or 5% of the commission based on that, and they took that 5%, I would personally see that as stealing. So what they're doing here, in my opinion, based on this information, is stealing.
Yet they were rewarded for the sale. But because this is all happening online, buried behind clicks and cookies and tracking data, there's little to no transparency that this is ever happening. Okay, but what if Honey had found a working coupon code? Would that make it okay for them to claim the commission? Honestly, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, not at all. Because I mean, it's great for the person that's using Honey and they get their discount. But at the end of the day, they have an agreed contract between an influencer and themselves, and in that agreed contract is that influencer gets profit, and that influencer has gone to their audience who trusts the audience and promoted the product to them. Their audience thought, oh, my favorite influencer is using that product, so I'm going to go and use that product, and maybe I want to help out the influencer, or maybe the product just seems appealing to me. And these companies know that, and that is why they work with these influencers, because they want to kind of, benefit from that influencer's audience that they've spent years, building over time. And to then just spit in the face of the influencer and just take all the money themselves is, it's incredibly, unethical, but it's also seemingly just theft and fraud.
Fact remains that Honey didn't refer the customer to the store, nor did they promote the product. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm a consumer myself. Saving money matters, especially when money's tight. But this scam doesn't just affect wealthy influencers. There are hundreds of thousands of small creators, bloggers, artists who rely on affiliate commissions to support their craft. Sure, you could argue that Honey may have convinced the consumer to complete the purchase by providing a discount. But let's be real, if you're already at the checkout with your items in your cart, you already have a high intent to purchase. And again, this would never fly in a real life sales environment. No department store is going to allow a salesman to hang out at the checkout counter, casually handing out coupon codes.
Absolutely. And again, I think the problem comes down to what I said earlier, that influencers are wanting money because they need to pay the bills and stuff like that. And this is a brand new, people may not see it as brand new, but social media is still a very new thing. And influencers, I know the whole point is influencers shouldn't promote a lot of companies that are shady like Honey, but at the end of the day, before this, I don't think any influencer really had the idea that Honey was this big, terrible company. I think most people out there, as he said at the beginning of this video, thought Honey is a company that it's almost too good to be true, and it's just helping people save money on their online purchases. And I think that's why they promoted it. But yeah, what I was saying here is when it comes to this industry being so new, there isn't that much protection for the people involved, and that's maybe why you should have a manager if you are an influencer, because maybe they can help you navigate these sort of things here. But at the end of the day, Honey is a company backed by PayPal, which is a billion-dollar corporation, one of the biggest companies out there, and they know that they can take advantage of these influencers who are in this brand new space where there isn't that much rules and regulations and laws to protect it, because it's difficult to put laws and regulations in something that is so massive. It is international, worldwide. How do you really police that? So companies like Honey will do any fishy thing they can just to make an extra buck, even if it means putting the entire company's reputation on the line,
while simultaneously stealing commissions from the other sales reps. So why are we allowing a corporate giant like PayPal to do it on the internet? Now, believe it or not, this first example I just showed you with Linus is just one of 3 scenarios in which Honey poaches affiliate commissions, and the next scenarios are even worse. But before I show you how bad scenario 2 is,
I'm trying my best to not pause every 10 seconds. I know that's it's funny because I feel like on Twitch, there's people that react to things where they're just sat there for 20 minutes straight and say nothing. But my problem is I genuinely don't know when to shut up. All right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to play and I'm going to try and not talk.
It's important you understand the fundamental system Honey is exploiting. You see, in affiliate marketing, there's this thing called last click attribution, which basically means last click wins. For example, you might click on a shoe blogger's affiliate link for a pair of Nikes, but you don't buy right away. Later, you click on a YouTuber's link for the same shoes and complete the purchase. In this scenario, the YouTuber gets the commission and the blogger gets nothing. There are other models like first click, where the blogger would win the commission, or dynamic click, where the commission is shared. But the industry went with last click because while it's not always the fairest, it's the easiest to implement. Therefore, it became the industry standard. Now, when it's blogger versus YouTuber for a sale, honestly, I'd say last click is usually fair. But when it's anyone versus Honey, there's no real competition.
Yeah, because last click, I guess it does rely on the fact when it comes to the YouTubers are promoting a coupon code or a affiliate link to their audience. And the only reason that link is being used is because the audience trusts the influencer. They may, as I said, want to support the influencer. They may want to use the product that influencer that they trust is using because they think, oh, well, that influencer is really cool. I want to try out that product. I think when it comes to the bloggers in this scenario who are maybe like, I guess like sharing other people's codes, it doesn't necessarily make sense that they would profit from that. But yeah, I get what he's saying here.
Honey pops up right at the end of your purchasing journey, virtually guaranteeing they'll win that last click. They of course know this and do anything they can to get that last click. Even when there's no
It's interesting though, because whenever there is a product that's free and it's too good to be true, you always do wonder to yourself, how are these companies making money? For example, I'm big into gaming, and there's so many free games at the moment. Free games that the development, say like Halo Infinite came out, and everyone was wondering, why is that game free? Why are so many mobile games free? There's so many products out there you can think are free, and then you look into how they make their money, and it usually goes into some very exploitative means, some very fishy things, and honey is just another example of that. Honestly, I feel like when you're a kid and someone says, oh yeah, this thing's free, you're like, oh, that's absolutely amazing, I'm getting an amazing product. But when you're an adult and someone says, this thing's free or this thing's cheap, you're almost not willing to take it. Like, honestly, I feel like I'd rather buy a semi-expensive product knowing that I'm actually getting something that I can trust and know that there is a product there, rather than get something for free and that thing overall just exploits me more than I was exploiting the system and getting a nice deal.
coupon codes the offer, which brings us to scenario 2. Honey Gold, which is now called PayPal Rewards. Here's how it works. When you get to the checkout and Honey Gold is available, Honey pops up and is essentially saying, hey you, consumer, click this button here so PayPal can claim the commission for the sale, and we'll share a portion of that commission money with you in the form of points.
So now that they didn't make enough money from the influencers, now they're trying to make money from you. That is mental. I mean, again, it comes down to, how is Honey making so much money? Well, I guess we've got our answer. Why did PayPal buy Honey? Well, I guess we've got our answer.
It's basically a lame cashback scheme. And it's genius because if there are no coupons to offer, but the store is participating in Honey Gold, it gives Honey another reason to get that last click. How can YouTubers, bloggers, or any other type of affiliate fairly compete against this type of mechanism? Of course the consumer's gonna click, and of course they're going to win the sale. Now this got me thinking, how much of their commission are they actually sharing with users? Well, to find out, I decided to put Honey Gold to the test. So I looked for any website where Honey Gold was offered and found it on NordVPN. And no, this is not a sneaky sponsorship. So I signed up for NordVPN's affiliate program.
If you want to get a NordVPN sponsorship, you deserve it. This guy's video is very, very well presented, and just in general, I've never heard of MegaLag, but it's a very good video so far. I'm very impressed.
Which offers 40% commission on successful referrals. After getting approved into the program, I received a custom affiliate link for my YouTube channel. Using this link, I made 2 separate purchases. For the first, I activated Honey Gold, and sure enough, you can see my affiliate cookie was replaced with Honey's. And for the second, I didn't activate Honey Gold. As expected, I was awarded a $35 commission for the sale where Honey Gold wasn't activated, and received nothing when Honey Gold was activated.
So it stole $35? Well, so it would have stole $35. Well,
For the first time, I experienced Honey poaching my own affiliate commission. So how much of my stolen $35 commission did PayPal share as cash back with my Honey account, aka the consumer? Brace yourselves, 89 points, which is equivalent to 89 cents.
Oh my god. So they have stole that amount of money. I mean, when something is dubbed as a scam, I see a lot of, I feel like there's like a genre, I was speaking to a friend the other day about this, there's like a genre on YouTube of needing to expose every single influencer product out there. And I understand there is a lot of shady stuff that's being promoted. You know, Temu, obviously, there's a lot of terrible things that goes on there, and Shein and stuff like that. I completely disavow those companies. Obviously, fast fashion and whatever you would describe Temu as, terrible companies, you know, with terrible backgrounds, and it's awful. But I feel like there's like this genre of content where everyone feels the need to try and expose every single brand deal, even if there isn't even a story there. And sometimes I kind of just turn my head away from these stories. But this is like an actual scandal. I'm going to say the influencer line. This situation is far worse than I possibly thought it could be, because that is mental. What am I understanding? They've stole like $34 here?
USD. That's right. Honey poached a $35 commission for doing nothing and rewarded me a grand total of 89 cents.
You do kind of wonder how they've gotten away with this so long. And I think possibly it comes down to the fact that they are such a major company and such a major brand. This is the thing when it comes to companies like Honey. They're so reputable, you know. If I'm being real, if Honey came to me a month ago, I would have took the deal because I thought Honey was a great company. They're a very successful company backed by PayPal, a very reputable company that is like that you feel like they would be safe as possible. This isn't your regular run-of-the-mill VPN. This isn't, I don't know, established titles. This is Honey, something that has been around for a very, very long time. And I think because of the status of the company, it has almost allowed them to get away with things like this. Because as I just said, you'd think they can't possibly be doing something like this. But they are. And I think stuff like this has very much opened my eyes up to, you know, I obviously, before I take a brand deal, I do my due diligence of looking into the company, especially after the established title scandal. But with this, I think it's gone even further. I mean, it's almost, it's annoying in the sense of Honey didn't have to do this. They could have made their money. Yes, it would have been maybe a lot less in some sense, but they didn't have to do this. And now they've not only destroyed their reputation, but sadly, I feel like they've made the influencer space go backwards, because taking brand deals now is going to be far more difficult, because even if you are promoting a genuine, authentic, good product, you may get questioned because, oh, you know, Honey did this, Honey did that, and maybe this company's doing that, you know, and that is such a shame. As somebody that I do want and need brand deals. Honestly, I haven't worked with a brand deal in a while. I actually recently signed with an agency who work with some great companies, and they actually spoke to me recently about all of this. They're not working with Honey. But it's a shame because I know that this is going to set back the perspective of influencer brand deals, and it's going to affect people out there that rely on these types of companies. And luckily for me, I don't, but they definitely would help. You know?
Thanks, PayPal. You really shouldn't have. No, seriously, you really shouldn't have. Now, on to scenario 3. For you ladies out there, let's say you're looking for a new outfit. Your favorite influencer tries on something that slays. You click on their affiliate link.
I like this guy. I'm going to subscribe. I don't usually subscribe. Oh, no, I am on my second. Okay. No, I don't know who this guy is, but I like him. I like him.
To the checkout. But in this scenario, Honey knows it has nothing to offer. No coupon codes, no Honey Gold. Yet it still pops up to announce absolutely nothing. Annoying as Naturally, you click the got it button to get rid of the annoying dancing coin, and whoa!
No! That's what? Oh my, it is like the perfect, allegedly, scam system, isn't it? Like, they can't not make money. It's insane. Even if they can't promote you anything, they're still going to make money from a click of a button that you thought, and I thought, and everyone else thought, Mr. Beast thought was an innocent thing. Although, did Mr. Beast think it? We'll find out later on, I'm sure.
PayPal takes the sale. Why? Because you, Mary, that's your commission. But wait, there's more. My personal favorite is when Honey has nothing to offer, so pops up offering you to check out with PayPal, even though the option is already available.
Please don't say checking out with PayPal via Honey is also going to make them money.
Checkout page. And of course, if you click the checkout button, PayPal poaches the sale.
Oh my God. They have, it's like it's like an infinite loop. You can't escape it. I mean, I genuinely didn't think it was this bad. I knew about the Honey scam very briefly, but going into this, I deliberately didn't watch this video because I wanted to be surprised, and I didn't think I'd be this surprised, honestly. As I said, when it comes to these exposés, usually there is a little bit of a story, but this is like it is an expose. When the man says he's exposing Honey, he is.
Classy. As I was saying, Honey uses any excuse possible to get that last click from the user. It's absolutely disgusting. I can't even begin to fathom how much money has been lost at the hands of this browser extension. Imagine being the influencers who promoted Honey, telling your audience, who, by the way, are the most likely to use your affiliate links.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, regardless if I think the influencers have made like innocent intentions here, influencers, I mean, we've inadvertently scammed people out of making money without realizing it, of course. And maybe you can't call it a scam, but at the end of the day, it's definitely a massive controversy. And I don't blame the company. I blame is Honey, of course. But I mean, I imagine a lot of people out there are feeling bad right now. I mean, I don't know how long this has been going on for with Honey. Like, I genuinely used to think it was a good product, especially back in like 2018 to 2020. But now, wow.
To download an app that poaches your affiliate sales. It's crazy. Now, to be clear, not every influencer who promoted Honey engages in affiliate marketing, so those who don't are obviously unaffected. But did any of the influencers who are engaging in affiliate marketing ever catch on to what Honey's been doing? Well, it turns out yes. At least one of them did. Linus Tech Tips. Who
Linus, fair enough. Our boy. Let's go. Well, what happened with Linus?
been promoting Honey since 2017.
Again, that's like when I found out about them. I thought they were a good company all the way back in like 2018, 2017, as did I think most people back then.
So here's how I found this out. You see, one day I was browsing Linus's forum to see if anyone had raised a red flag about Honey. And sure enough, back in 2020, someone sounded the alarm, but it was ultimately ignored.
Word on the street is that Honey takes affiliate money. Is that a fact? Any chance LT Linus Tech Tips will look into that? I'm happy you guys have a sponsor, but this one seems to be detrimental to the content creating community at large. Surely that can't be that good of a sponsor. Wow. So there have been a few reports here and there. And this is a whole, I mean, this seemed to be, I mean, there's only one page on this forum, but it's clear some people knew about this. So I'm surprised that this has only taken until, so we can guarantee this has been going on for around 4 years at least at this point. And I'm surprised that this has only now become a situation. And again, I think it just comes down to the reputation that Honey had as this good company.
However, in 2022, a different user noticed that LMG were no longer promoting Honey and asked the team if they had been dropped as a sponsor, to which one of Linus's employees responded with, "We ended the partnership with Honey due to the way their service interacted with affiliate links. Essentially, if someone clicked on an affiliate link and then they use Honey and search for a deal, Honey will override that tracking link even if they don't find you a deal. That didn't jive with us, so we ended the partnership." Okay, so they had no idea this was happening, and it took them several years to catch on. That's quite telling, because we're talking about a tech-savvy YouTube channel that's run by
to be fair, if there was going to be one company that found out about it, it would be the tech channel.
Large team. The fact that it took them several years to figure this out, in my opinion, really underscores the deceptive nature with which Honey operates.
Exactly. And I'm really glad, if there's something that he's doing here that I really appreciate, is that he's not turning this into this big hit piece on influencers. Because don't get me wrong, he could absolutely do that. He could really go about like coming after every single person. And bringing up Mr. Beast earlier, I mean, he's a content creator who you're guaranteed to get views off regardless of what you're saying, whether negative or positive. And he could have turned this into a big anti-YouTube thing, but I'm very glad he's done the honest and just good thing, in my opinion, of turning this into a corporations taking advantage of influencers and influencers' audiences thing. This is a, let's get Honey's value up here. Honey was approximately bought for $4 billion in cash. So yeah, they are a very valuable company. And I think this whole thing is about a corporation, a giant corporation backed by an even more giant corporation in PayPal, taking advantage of a system that they knew could be exploited without anybody up until now realizing. And I'm very grateful, if I can get back to the video, that MegaLag has taken this approach so far, at least.
If Linus and his team didn't know, I can't imagine many other influencers would have known either. Now, I have to say, as a longtime viewer and supporter of Linus's channel, I'm incredibly disappointed they weren't more public with this discovery. I get this.
That is a very valid criticism too. I would like Linus to, I think personally Linus should have come out and spoke about this. If he knew about this, I think it would benefit a lot of the community. And I know Linus isn't a drama YouTuber, drama isn't his forte, I get that. But I think if you're an influencer and you find out a company that you've been working with is scamming or at least taking advantage of your audience, but also yourself and other peers in your sphere, I think you should come out and speak about it, or at least leak this information to other influencers who can take this story and develop it, so it doesn't have to be 5 years in the running of they've been going since 2020 and they've been working with influencers up until the last month, you know. And I think if Linus came out, he could have done something.
Specific issue doesn't directly affect their viewers, but surely they must have realized the wider impact this could be having on the creator community, a community they're a part of. I think that matters. And it's not as though they only promoted Honey once or twice. They did approximately 160 sponsored segments, all of which remain live on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, I don't think he's taking the anti-YouTube arc here, by the way. I'm sticking by what I said. If you knew about this and didn't say something, you should be subject to criticism. If you didn't know, I understand, because let's be real here. I mean, we all thought Honey was a decent company up until, I mean, I say 99%. I know I'm going to get some people in my conversation being like, oh, well, I knew about it. It's like, okay, most people didn't. And I have never been alerted about this. I've never been alerted. If I've worked with a company before, like I said, with established titles, where something bad's going on, I've been alerted. And I'm not trying to prop myself up, but I've took that down, you know? Whereas this is 100 different times, maybe a few I get, 100% that's fine, but that's quite, yeah.
Those videos have accumulated around 194 million views, according to my data.
Honestly, I'm starting to wonder, have I ever worked with Honey? Because I've been on YouTube for like 9-8 years at this point. Maybe I have. If I have, the video won't be on the channel anymore, but I can't remember if I have. I don't know, but let's continue.
Those videos have accumulated around 194 million views. According to my data, that makes Linus's company, LMG, the third largest promoter of Honey on YouTube. So yeah.
Wow. That's definitely a lot.
Yeah, in my opinion, they should have made more noise about this. But what's truly baffling to me is that after LMG ended their partnership with Honey, they then went ahead and partnered with a company called Karma Now, a coupon browser extension that literally engages in similar behavior.
I've used this company as well. I've used it. I feel like I have this installed on my computer or my laptop. I swear to God, I've used Karma before. Oh, what? Another one?
Now, I did reach out to LMG about this situation, and I'll be honest, their response was not to my satisfaction. They didn't address the majority of my questions. However, they did at least provide some important context about their dealings with Honey. LMG stated that as soon as these issues with Honey were brought to us, we tried to work with them to remedy them. After a few calls, we were informed that they weren't willing to change, so we stopped working.
Has Linus responded to this? Okay, Linus Tech Tips. He's been uploading a lot. Okay, no, he did a response the other day called I Can't Believe I'm Still Talking About Honey. He also did another stream where I think he addressed it called I Have to Address This on My Own. The emphasis on Linus Tech Tips were just a free-fall thing in this video. You literally featured one of Honey's largest sponsors in terms of Shitvoid's video featured in. Obviously not the largest sponsor, that's Mr. Beast, but definitely one of the channels often sponsored most of by them. Your forum was warned back in 2018. You didn't... Okay, so his audience are being very critical of him. And yeah, I can kind of understand it. Like, honestly, influencers that didn't know, I can't really get mad at them at all, to be honest with you. Especially, I mean, maybe the ones that were massive with them. But if you've done 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 Honey sponsors and you didn't know that, that's fair enough. Like, honestly, in hindsight, I'm not going to get on here. And I know people will get mad at me for saying that, but I'm not going to get on here and get mad at influencers. Because, I mean... It was a very, I mean, for the average person who isn't into tech, this definitely is a bit of a weird thing that I don't think the average person could find. But yeah, I think Linus in particular probably should have warned the internet.
With them across all channels. So let me get this straight. One of Honey's biggest promoters goes to them and says, hey, can you please stop overriding our affiliate links?
Actually, no, I want to check if I've done a Honey sponsorship before. Okay, I'm going to search Honey into, I think I maybe have done one. Honey 5 years ago. Oh god, I actually have one on my channel on my lowest performing video in 5 years. I'm not even saying that as an excuse. It's almost like a bad thing. I don't think, mine wasn't through an affiliate code though, thankfully. Mine was just through a direct link to join Honey. So either way, I'm privating that and taking that down. Actually, oh no, the video has, Okay, no, the video is private. Yeah, and it was already copyrighted. Jesus, that video, that's a bit of an L video there. But yeah, no, sorry. I have seemingly promoted them before, and I would just like to say my apologies for that. I genuinely, that was 5 years ago, and I have completely forgotten about that. And I know that may sound bad, but yeah, off the channel now. And I should just say, I did not know. I promise you. Sorry about that. No, genuinely, if I am, this is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying, how much this affects the influencer space. Because now, like, after the established titles thing, I was like, I need to, like, barely work with brands. And I think I've worked with, like, Audible and maybe a VPN, maybe. But, like, I'm so, like, scared of working with any of them just in case, like, even if you do background checks, things like this are just hard to find at this point. Like, this is a very specific, detailed scam, alleged scam that they've done here. And it's worked.
And Honey effectively goes, nah, not happening. Assuming I've got that correct, and if true, that just goes to show what little regard Honey has not only for content creators, but also their partners. Now, as for LMG's less than ideal response, I did press Linus's team to address the rest of my questions, but never heard back from them. But it's time to shift gears, because unfortunately, this scam runs much deeper than stolen affiliate commissions. It's time we talk about how Honey used these influencers to sell you a complete lie. How they sold you a product that was doing the opposite of what they promised. You see, as I was testing Honey across different stores, I was encountering a reoccurring issue. When I reached the checkout page, Honey would claim it couldn't find me any coupon codes. Yet when I searched manually, I found working codes with these. And even when Honey did find me a code, I was often able to find another code of better value. Kind of strange, given their claim that,
Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is now a thing of the past.
Another oddity was that Honey would often only find me Honey branded coupon codes, such as Honey 5 or Honey 10.
Yep.
Why would a store only have Honey branded coupon codes? Kind of weird, right? But the biggest red flag was that when I tried submitting the better coupon codes I'd found, Honey wasn't adding them to their database.
Yeah, this is like a big reason to why I stopped using Honey. I remember like trying to find codes to use to get like certain like discounts and stuff back in like 2020 when I was using them then. I remember that I fully like tried to just like use codes, but it wasn't working whatsoever. No matter what, I had to use very specific minute codes and it was always very confusing. And yeah, after that, I then went and tried to use that Karma thing that he mentioned earlier, which apparently is also terrible. I mean, I'm just going to uninstall all Chrome extensions other than AdBlocker. Actually, no, I don't use AdBlock. Don't use AdBlock. I swear.
So why not? Well, eventually I figured out what was going on. It turns out that one of the key benefits for stores partnering with Honey is that they are given full control over which coupon codes go live on the platform, if any at all. I discovered this while listening to a podcast produced by Honey, which appears to be aimed at attracting new businesses.
So, are they just like getting onto podcasts and flexing how they're taking money from influencers and audiences? That's crazy.
To joining their platform. In this podcast, an employee from the Australian clothing store, Princess Polly, discusses the benefits of partnering with Honey.
What would you say to any brand that is considered working with Honey but hasn't yet?
I would say missing out on converting customers. Like I said before, Gen Z is super discount savvy. You can't ignore the fact that they will hunt for like discount.
Gen Z is the crime there. The fact they said Gen Z and not Gen Z is despicable. I mean, if you wanted to expose Honey, just expose them for that.
Codes, and they might find a better deal. With Honey, you can also control the discount code percentage, which means like they will potentially find a higher discount code on the internet. It literally lets you control like the customer journey, convert and control like the discount code percentage as well.
This is insane. She's basically saying Honey is great for businesses because it encourages users not to bother hunting for coupon codes. And it allows businesses to control which coupon codes are
So if anything, it just allows companies to create the facade of less money being spent on their products, but they are literally controlling how much can be spent via these coupons. So if anything, they can just change the they can change the price of their product, and then yeah, you can apply your coupon code, but based on the way that they have changed the value of what can be used on a certain coupon, they can honestly make even. Let me rephrase that. If they've got a product on their website, and say if they're selling it for like £5, and then there's an affiliate code for 10% off being used on that, they can control the prices of what can be used by those affiliate codes. They could just up the prices of their products, knowing that they've changed what value the coupons will have on their products. So effectively, it's just, again, another loop of making money, but giving you the facade of saving money. So it feels like every single angle of Honey is just a scam, allegedly.
Shared with consumers. Now, I was able to further verify this on Honey's website, specifically the FAQ page for partners, which clearly states, as a partner, you have control over the content hosted on the Honey platform. So yes, even if Honey knows of a coupon code that offers, say, 20% off, but a partnering store tells them, hey, only share a 5% off coupon, then that's the only discount Honey will apply to your cart at the checkout page. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah.
Honey wasn't finding you the best deals possible, they were intentionally withholding them from you for their own financial gain. This completely invalidates Honey's core value proposition to consumers. For years, they sold you the lie that they would find you every working coupon code on the internet and apply the best one to your cart. But nope, complete and utter lie. They have literally been feeding you coupon codes that were approved by the partnered stores who were paying them. And can I just say, the double messaging here is hilarious. Because on one hand, Honey has appealed to consumers by promising to find the best deals possible. But on the other hand, they appeal to businesses claiming that Honey helps prevent consumers from finding the best deals. It's absurd. Now,
the whole thing, as I said, is just the infinite loop of making money and almost giving the audience and the influencers the perception that they're going to gain something from this. It's almost like a pyramid scheme at the end of the day, isn't it? You've got the audience, you've got the influencers, and right at the top even, you've got Honey, and then you've got PayPal and whoever owns PayPal. Like, it is insane that this has gone on for so long, and it is almost a bit more infuriating that as an influencer, I wasn't told this, especially by the person who knew about these things 5 years or 4 years ago.
But this all makes complete sense. I mean, why would any online business pay Honey for sharing their highest value coupon codes with its 20 million users? That's not an appealing partnership whatsoever. So,
I think for me, what I thought was that having Honey attached to it, like having like deals and stuff like that, especially Honey attached, maybe companies out there thought that, from my perspective anyway, is that, oh, us working with Honey is going to get our brand out there. If we're on with Honey, it looks like we're a trusted brand or something like that. That's kind of my perspective, especially even now. Like, I think maybe that's what some companies would have thought. But now I know this. Obviously, we now know what it is.
Make a partnership more attractive, Honey told businesses, hey, if you partner with us and pay us an affiliate commission, we'll let you control which discount codes are shared on our platform.
Affiliate commissions, man. They're like that. If I ever hear affiliate code from another influencer marketing agency, I'm just gonna scream.
And we'll tell our consumers we scoured the internet and found them the best deal possible.
I feel lied to as well, by the way, because when I've used Honey in the past, I've clicked on it to be like, oh, find me the best deals, and you feel like, okay, there's no coupon codes available or no better deals available, but it just turns out, when I was buying my headphones for $300 and there was apparently no extra deal, there being no extra deal is there was no other company working with Honey that could get them extra bits of money. There probably was better deals out there, but they weren't giving Honey their money.
Just not the consumers or the influencers. With this discovery, I decided to do a thorough audit of Honey's advertising campaigns. And yikes, the ads, the sponsorships, everywhere you look, it's lie after lie. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up going down as one of the most aggressive, shameless marketing scams of the century.
Absolutely.
Just look at this insane list of videos that were sponsored by Honey.
All right, let's see. Am I going to be on here? Am I on here? Because I did take one, and it sounds bad that I didn't realize, but maybe
there was sponsored
H3 podcast
by Honey.
Hoover. Is it Hoover? Who I know Hoover? Oh god, that's how do we get? I'm gonna have to go like 0.5 here. I'm exposing myself, but I'm frustrated because maybe I can sue them. Maybe.
Here we go. Sponsored by
Do you reckon Hark Tour has been, sorry, has she been sponsored? Has her crypto coin been sponsored? Okay, ID. Wait, I've gone full screen. Okay, I guess I'm not on here, and I think that comes down to the fact that my one wasn't an affiliate code. It was like a direct link of, hey, download the app or whatever. So I'm in the clear, baby. What? Oh, yeah, Mr. Beast is live. Sorry, put me back on. Where are you gone? All right. Yeah. Either way, I think. I mean, that's a lot of sponsors. Jesus.
To my data, they sponsored almost 5,000 videos across roughly 1,000 different YouTube channels, racking up an unbelievable 7.8 billion views. It's crazy. So now that we have a clearer picture of how Honey operates, let's reflect on some of their claims.
Honey will find every working...
Okay, I don't think we need to do that because we have been going through this for about 50 minutes now, but just overall, I think this is probably the biggest expose of an influencer scam that I think I've ever seen. This is genuinely wild, and I don't think Honey can come back from this. I've seen companies in the past kind of rebuild their reputation after being exposed for very shady tactics. BetterHelp, for example, they went through a massive crisis when they got exposed back in like 2018, 2019, 2017 time, and I've seen influencers today promoting BetterHelp. Honestly, I personally still feel a little bit iffy when I see an influencer I'm watching promote BetterHelp. I don't know if the company have made changes to kind of rectify their company's reputation. Maybe they have, but a company like that did manage to somewhat rebuild their PR. I'll forever feel a bit off when I'm watching a video of like, welcome to my video essay about why Pokemon Heart Gold is actually overrated. Also, this video is sponsored by I don't know what, that's like a 1950s mix of a British and American accent. Either way, I'll be always kind of off-put when I see a BetterHelp ad in my Pokemon essays. But they've rebuilt their reputation. But I don't know if Honey are gonna, man. I really don't. And then you've got to figure the fact that other people have claimed to be suing Honey now. So yeah, Legal Eagle uploaded this. I'm genuinely not to understand. I don't understand what's going on here. So we're not going to watch the whole thing. I just want to get a base understanding.
History. The biggest YouTube scam has just been revealed. Honey, one of the largest influencer scams.
This might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time.
Honey has been revealed to be a complete scam.
The coupon mafia?
I think it's scummy as hell. I hesitate to call it illegal because
I agree with you, Ludwig. I agree with you. I don't know what else I've got to say there.
No. I need a legal video.
And I think Honey should be sued for it. I am glad that everybody is now aware that Honey has a corrupt business model.
Creators are saying that Honey is a scam. They believe that Honey...
Legal is a good-looking man. This is the man that started the Illuminati drama. You're a good-looking man, Legal. And I like your hair. There's something about grey hair. I feel like ages ago people used to hate grey hair, but as in nobody wants to go grey. But honestly, grey hair looks good on anyone, I feel.
From creators. So on behalf of creators everywhere, I've filed a class action lawsuit to stop it.
Let's go!
How did we get here? Well, as you probably know, the entire creator economy works on affiliate links. The question that everyone on the internet wants to know when you're making a purchase is, how did you get here? Honey allegedly...
Yeah, most of them... See, I'm kind of confused by the whole coupon thing, because when... I've never... From what I can... I've never... I can't get my English out. I feel like I'm stuttering right now. When I've worked with brands in the past, I've never got a commission, as in oh, you use my code, I get 5%. I've always been on a fixed rate thing. Never had something like this, as far as I can remember. But I think majority of the influencer space is ran based on affiliate codes. Like Fortnite creators promote their Fortnite codes and stuff like that. And this is another case of that.
He interjects itself into that chain, erases all the past history and says, I'm the one responsible, often harming consumers.
Through your options, you decide to buy, but instead of handing
right out of the pockets of your favorite YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, podcasts, and bloggers. Now, you might have seen MegaLag's expose. It's incredible. You should absolutely support him on Patreon, link in the description.
I said it first, man. I said it first. I'm the good guy. No, you should support him on Patreon. He's great.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg. I want to dig deeper because this is something that could affect every creator and influencer on every platform. And I mean everyone. Creators, viewers, advertisers, even the companies that provide goods and services. Now, as you probably know, making videos or posts can be an expensive endeavor.
Absolutely.
And when you think about it, it's kind of incredible that platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok are free. And they can afford to be so because they rely on advertising. Now, that might come in the form of programmatic ads that are interjected while you're watching, or it might come from a sponsorship provided by the actual creator that you're watching or listening to. And if a creator runs a sponsorship or has an affiliate relationship, they'll probably tell you to do one of two things. Either click on the link in the description or the comments, or use their promo code.
Yeah, and I'm usually linking in the description, yeah. I've never done an affiliate code as far as I can remember.
You, the audience member, probably get a nice discount, and the creator gets credit for sending that customer. This is attribution, as we call it in the biz. And if you end up buying that thing, the creator might get a percentage, a commission, a flat fee, or if enough people sign up, they might get another sponsorship in the future. And in all of those cases, everything depends on knowing how many people signed up because of that creator. And when you click on that link or use the creator's promo code, the brand knows where you came from and who sent you. At least, that's the way that it's supposed to work.
Yep.
Honey allegedly built their business on breaking
so
that
I
chain.
imagine he is suing them. I mean, Legal's an awesome content creator, honestly. He's so good. And based on what I can see here, he's taking a class action lawsuit against Honey to protect YouTubers in the future. And this comes back to what I said earlier. This isn't an anti-YouTube thing. And I don't even think people like Linus should feel like this is an anti-YouTube thing. I think it should be a lesson learned, in particular for Linus, of if you learn about a sponsor that everybody is taking, especially your peers or yourself, you should let the world know, or at least let other influencers know about that. Because at the end of the day, this is now going to sadly negatively affect influencers all around the world, because now our audiences are going to trust us even less when we promote things. And that's just the sad reality that we're all going to have to accept. And sadly, that may affect the pockets of all of us influencers, especially the ones that actually need these deals. Like Mr. Beast has, 150 deals with Honey? The fact of the matter is Mr. Beast doesn't need that money. Mr. Beast is already a millionaire from multiple different avenues, whereas the average true crime YouTuber or the average mukbang YouTuber, they may need that money. I could do with that money, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. And sadly, with controversies like this, it not only affects the trust between audiences and influencers, but it also then reduces the amount that these companies are paying us influencers, because by there being less people clicking on these affiliate links or these just links in the description to download or buy a certain product, they're getting less interactivity, and therefore they're going to stop offering as much money because they're not making as much money themselves. And there are a lot of good, honest companies out there that have, they've done genuine good work, and I think there are some really good sponsors, even if they are owned by a massive conglomerate like Amazon, for example. Like I said, I worked with Amazon, so I've worked with Audible, who is owned by Amazon, but as far as I know, Audible are a great company in terms of they offer a very good product, and you know what you are getting. I think I offered it was something like you get a discount on the first 3 months or something like that. And I think those sort of deals are very good. But sadly, because of companies like Honey who have taken advantage of the influencer space, we're going to be getting paid less, we're going to be getting trusted less. And also, at the very crux of the issue, people have lost money. Not just influencers, but audiences that trusted those influencers influencers that trusted those companies. And the whole thing, it's just depressing and sad, and it's a real shame that this keeps on happening. But it's different here because Honey are obviously so massive. I don't think I've ever seen a company as big as Honey in the influencer space get exposed, and I don't think we will ever see another company like this get exposed, at least hopefully. I think companies will now see this, maybe clear up their act if they are doing something shady, but overall, it is a shame. Sorry to interject in myself in the future before we end this video. I also wanted to do a bit of a mini update into how things are just really getting worse and worse for Honey. So basically, this situation is getting bigger and bigger. Multiple YouTubers are speaking about it. Legal's come out of his case. Other YouTubers have claimed that they're going to be suing Honey. And now it appears Honey have lost 3 million users after scam allegations. Honey allegedly hijacked referral links to make money and works with retailers to offer approved discount codes. And then they go over it saying, YouTuber MegaLag published a video in late December detailing how Honey allegedly scams users and influencers. And yeah, it just goes through pretty much everything that we just went through. And pretty much according to this article, Honey have lost 3 million users. As you can see here, 9 to 5 Google reports that Honey installs base has fallen by 3 million. Honey's extension page in the Google Chrome currently lists the extension as having 17 million users, which is down from 20 million prior to the video. A class action lawsuit was also filed against PayPal over honey. So yeah, things in general are looking absolutely terrible for honey. And as I've said, I don't know how they're going to get out of this. This is pretty much this is a situation which you just can't escape from. Maybe they can apologize and say, we're going to rebrand and change things. But realistically, I don't think consumers are going to trust them anymore. Like, you can't allegedly scam your entire audience for 7 or maybe even plus years and then just, oh, sorry guys, we've been called out and now we're going to change. You can't do that and expect consumers to come back. I realistically think honey, yeah, they're going to be around possibly in the future, but I really don't think they're going to have the reputation ever again that they had before. And honestly, it's their own fault. This is absolutely despicable, and things just continue to get worse and worse for honey, and rightly so. But now I'm going to go to the end section of this video where I speak about my personal experience with the influencer marketing world. I want to end this video by speaking about the influencer marketing world in general and how shady it is, and just some advice to if you yourself are wanting to start content creation. Not just with brands, but with influencer marketing companies, the middleman between to a bit of a, if you know, you know, or just to let you guys know who you don't work in the space or you're not a YouTuber. How brand deals usually happen is you will get an email from an agency who are working with a brand. That agency are effectively a middleman. They will be your representation. They will speak to a brand, or they will go to a brand. They'll get money from a brand, like they'll get a certain budget, and then they will go to a pot of influencers, suggest a deal, they'll speak to the influencer, they'll come back to that big company, the company will decide who they want to have these deals, and then the company in the middle will give those deals, and then the company in the middle will take a commission, a very big commission. But also, those middlemen are very much known for being extremely exploitative. Some companies are genuinely very good. I've just signed with a company that I personally believe to be very good. They're very, they're not like a massive company or anything. They work with a lot of influencers out there, but in the grand scheme of like honey and billion-dollar companies, it's nowhere near that. But I just wanted to say, honey aren't just the problem here. The influencer marketing sphere in general has been a very corrupt place for a very long time, and influencers have been getting taken advantage of left, right, and center. I had to deal with a scenario where I took a brand deal, which I thought was a very good deal, and I didn't get paid by that company. And then that company went under, and I had to haggle for months and months with the brand directly to get paid. And I'm not going to mention the brand's name, but that happened to me, somebody that, I'm not bragging here, I have 1 million subscribers. You'd feel like with somebody that has that level of prestige, you wouldn't have to deal with that. But sadly, I do. And I can't imagine what influencers who have less subscribers than me are having to deal with. And then you combine it with this thing with honey, and it's just like, it's just frustrating. And I don't know where influencer marketing is going to go, but I hope because of Legal Eagle's lawsuit, and I hope because of this exposed video, the future is bright, maybe, hopefully. But to kind of conclude everything, it's very depressing, if I'm being honest with you, as somebody that has worked in this industry for a very long time and even worked with honey. I know I completely forgot, and that sounds bad, but it's sad. It really is. And I really hope that honey gets sued. I truly do, because it seems that so many people out there have lost out on potential millions in revenue. And that is absolutely insane, especially considering those millions have gone to a billion-dollar corporation. Those millions would not even affect honey or PayPal in any shape or form if they didn't see them. They already make plenty amounts of money, but no, they had to scam the audience out there, and they had to scam influencers. But yes, that is the ending of the video. I understand that this has been a very long one. Thank you so much for coming along, everybody. I'll be sure to cover other things probably, I don't know, tomorrow. I want to use this live channel lots more this year, as I said at the beginning of my last video. So yeah, if you've got anything you want me to talk about, or maybe I can speak about this even further, let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm very interested to hear what you guys think, because it is a massive topic. So yeah, peace out, bye-bye, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.